प्रोफेसर हेमंत कुमार पद्मश्री, जनरल विभाग तथा एसएम। जनरल विभाग तथा सेना मेडल, executive director and CEO of the hospital, deans, members of the governing council, esteemed faculty, my dear residents, parents, and sisters and brothers. Warm greetings to everyone on this historic day. इससे पहले मैं अपना स्पीच शुरू करूं, मैं दो चीजें पता करना चाहता हूं आपसे। आज कितने लोगों ने सुबह एक्सरसाइज की है? I just want to see the show of hands. थोड़े कम है, ज्यादा होने चाहिए। शरीर आपका एक मंदिर है, इसका ध्यान रखिएगा। And more important than that, how many of you have expressed gratitude to one शुक्रिया आज मैं जिंदा हूँ? Great. थोड़े से, maybe at the end of my speech, some of you will express more gratitude. See, every institution has two birthdays. एक तो होता है सीमेंट से, स्टोन से, स्टील से, and another one is in the hearts, character, and minds of the people who are serving. आज you are celebrating this foundation day. It's not a celebration, it's a founding act. And we are celebrating a legacy. हम कितने खुशकिस्मत हैं कि हम डॉक्टर्स हैं, DOCTO, and what does it mean? Dedication, openness, compassion, trust, enthusiasm, and responsibility. कितने चीजों का मिश्रण बनकर हम ये लोग बने हुए हैं. Isn't it great? So today I wish to speak not on medicine, on the physician who walks into the crowd with his knowledge, or about this institution जिसकी आप सारे आत्मा हैं. विद्या ददाति विनयम, विनयात चापि पात्रनाथ, पात्वा धर्मा प्रवृत्ति सुखम. Means you see that in the knowledge, most important thing is not arrogance, it is a humility. And जब कि आज बच्चों को इतनी डिग्रीज मिली है, इस डिग्री से आपको एम्स की डिग्री मिली है. What is more important? When you go into the society, what you are doing, are you worth that degree? That is important. So I am going to discuss various attributes जो कि एक स्टूडेंट को जो कि इस इंस्टीट्यूशन से पास हुआ है उसको होनी चाहिए. तो what are those attributes? The sacred trust. Society hands us something more precious than certificates. क्या करती है? Society gives its fears, its hopes, its children, its parents, its future. मेडिसिन परहैप्स का एक ही प्रोफेशन है जहां की अनजान व्यक्ति अपने शरीर को आपको हैंड ओवर करता है. सो यू हैव नेवर एवर बिट्रे दैट ट्रस्ट, द ट्रस्ट व्हिच पेशेंट गिव्स इट टू यू. द वर्ल्ड लुक्स टू द इंजीनियर्स फॉर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, टू द लॉयर्स फॉर जस्टिस, बट इट लुक्स टू अस फॉर द लाइफ इटसेल्फ. चरका संहिता ने क्या बोला था कि जो फिजिशियन है ये है प्राण अधिवारा, means कि जो protection of life देता है. Charaka defined the doctor not by degree, but by knowledge in the mind, skill in hand, purity in conduct, and compassion in heart. और 23 centuries down the lane, ये जो 4 skills हैं, scientific knowledge, clinical skill, ethical character, and physician thinking are our core competencies. जो एप्रन बच्चों अगर जो आप एप्रन पहनते हो, this is not just uniform, it is a shield of trust woven with threads of science and sanctified by human hope. Next is integrity. If trust is what society gives you, integrity is what we owe in return, and it stands first amongst our duty. The true test of a doctor's ethics is not packed OPD where you see about hundreds of patients, but at night at 3 AM when the CP residents सोचता है कि क्या मैं कल के भर्ती हूँ या पेशेंट को एग्जामिन करूँ. So that is the integrity which you should have. Satyam Vad Dharmam Char means speak truth and walk in righteousness. Your private self and your public self must be the same person. The doctor before an examination board must be the doctor before the illiterate laborer who cannot question your will. Your signature should always mean truth. Your prescription should never carry a conflict of interest. Your conscience should never be for sale. Anyone can be honest, and honesty is profitable. Your character is defined at the point where truth costs you something. Remember, 5 diseases no MRI can detect. What are those? Ego, greed, jealousy, dishonesty, indifference. And yet, these diseases kill more people than cancers. So you must guard against all these. Next is the compassion. Second only to integrity stands compassion. I place this very high deliberately because it's not a soft virtue. It is clinical excellence. We spend a decade learning pharmacology, yet the most under-prescribed molecule in Indian medicine has no chemical formula. The felt sense in a frightened patient that this doctor sees me. A clinician's warmth measurably alters outcome. Empathy is associated with lower anxiety, better adherence, higher satisfaction, even better glycemic control. In my own endocrine dialect, a calm seen patient carries a lower cortisol, friendlier autonomic tone, a more forgiving inflammatory view. Compassion is evidence-based medicine. So please have compassion. So carry 3 stethoscope. One to एक जो visible stethoscope carry है. Second is intellectual stethoscope, and third stethoscope is a compassion stethoscope. Patient on particular bed is not the patient on bed number 12, patient of pancreatitis. He is somebody's father, somebody afraid. Have that compassion for the patient, and that compassion should extend to the whole team of your nurses, paramedical staff. Next is excellence in action, the work ethic of Gita. Third pillar of our work, and here Bhagavad Gita gives us the most practical definition. Yoga Karmasu Bhushanam. Yoga is excellence in action. Every patient encounter is an opportunity to practice yoga, not through postures, but through presence. For a physician's skill, Bhushanam is not technique alone. It is a moral. If this can report a hurried consent, a shortcut in style technique are not merely errors, they are ethical failures just as haste. गीता में एक तीसरे अध्याय में 90 श्लोक है, बहुत ही अच्छा है. तस्मदस्ता तत्र कार्यक्रम असमक्तो हि आचरणा कर्म भवति. Means you are destined to do your work without attachment and you get everything. So measure yourself by the integrity of effort. This is Nishkash Karma, which protects excellence without arrogance in success or despair in failure. Next is humility, which I touched upon earlier also. The more medicine you learn, the more uncertainty you discover. The physician who says, I know everything, has stopped growing. And one who says, let us learn together, never stops becoming better. The hardest thing in medicine is often not making a diagnosis, but admitting, I don't know. There is enormous courage in that humility. And that जैसे कि मेरे CV में बताया था, I was fortunate to be a team, medical team of 4 presidents. One common thread in all 4 presidents was humility. More you grow, more you knowledgeable become, humility should be there. जैसे एक tree है, जिसमें ज़्यादा फल होते हैं, झुकता है. वो जिसमें फल नहीं होता है, वो सीधा ऊपर चला जाता है. So please have humility. Your degrees is not the end of education. Only permission to continue learning. Degrees make you employable. Character makes you unforgettable. People rarely remember the most brilliant doctor. They always remember the most trustworthy one. Your degrees open door and your integrity keeps them open. Next is the happiness. Unfortunately, हम patients को देखते somehow हम अपनी happiness को ठीक भूल जाते हैं. So I will give you formula for happiness from my endocrine perspective. DOSE, dose. D is dopamine, O is oxytocin, S is serotonin, E is endorphin. And dopamine, how do you get? From your position, like आपका अच्छा डॉक्टर है, आपको like किक मिलता है. लेकिन कोई पेशेंट आएगा जिसका डायग्नोसिस नहीं मिल रहा तो खुशी थोड़ी कम हो जाएगी. It gives you happiness, but for a short duration. Endorphin, how do you get? Exercise. But ज़्यादा exercise की खुशी नहीं मिलेगी ना, दर्द हो जाएगी. So for long-lasting happiness, what do you require? Oxytocin and serotonin. And how do you get oxytocin? Harvard has study, and you can Google it and find out about that study. 3 generations. What is the source of happiness? Only it is not your position, it is not your money, it is not your status, it is your connections. Strong connections, family connections, friend connections, societal connections. So more you have such things, more happiness. And as is serotonin. And we are so lucky we are in a profession that we serotonin milega. Serotonin comes from selfless service. More selfless service, more happiness. So my dear, leading souls, best souls, आपको खुशी चाहिए, selfless service करते रहिए, have a strong relationships in a family and amongst the friends also. And one more thing is these days God, you sleep as seriously as you got asepsis. Then technology with the soul, जैसे कि प्रोफेसर सबने भी टच किया about artificial intelligence. AI will diagnose faster, interpret scans, even operate with remarkable precision. But an algorithm may read ECG flawlessly. It cannot read the fear in mother's eyes. It cannot offer a reassuring touch, a compassionate silence, and honest conversation. It cannot apologize sincerely. The future does not belong to doctors competing with AI. It belongs to those who combine AI with HI. What is HI? Human intelligence and humane intelligence. Technology must enhance humanity, never replace it. That this institute carry the science of the West and the wisdom of East in the same steady hand, for technology provides the precision and wisdom provides the soul. Nation building. A nation is built not by monuments, but by the quiet reliability of its professionals. The doctor who does not flee to the metro city, who reports the outbreak honestly, who treats the poor patient with the same unhurried attention as the powerful one. This region knows the stakes better than most. Gorakhpur remembers with a living memory children lost to encephalitis for want of systems that work. You are the systems now. India carries a double burden of disease, infection, and metabolic disorders. And you have to take care of all of this. Hospitals are not merely treatment centers, they are the institutions of nation building. We are the architects of Swachh Bharat, the prerequisite of Viksit Bharat. And finally, let me gather all these threads of ethics, compassion, excellence, humility, happiness, and service are not 6 separate subjects, they are the 6 phases of one undivided life. At the end of our careers, patients will not ask how many conferences we attended. It will ask only one question: whose life became better because you lived? So every day, prescribe yourself 5 questions. Did I learn something? Did I help someone? Did I remain honest? Did I remain humble? Did I return home a better human being? If answer is yes, yes, your career and this institution is succeeding. And never allow your white coat to become heavier than your soul. The day prestige matters more than patience, medicine begins to lose its soul. My dear colleagues and students of AIIMS Gorakhpur, be brilliant but be humble. Be efficient but be kind. Be successful but remain honest. Carry the analytical mind of scientists and the emphatic heart of a sage. Be brilliant enough to be trusted with your life and humble enough to remember it was never yours to keep. May your knowledge remain updated, your hands skilled, your minds curious, your conscience fearless, your hearts compassionate, and may this institution remind the world that medicine is not merely a profession, it is humanity in action. Sarve Santu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya. May all be happy, may all be free from illness. This is the oldest mission statement of medical profession written before medicine. Now I give a mantra to these youngsters, which I have been giving it in the FMC when I was a commander. Hilton, Hilten, very simple, Hilton. H is humility and honesty. I is integrity, innovation. You must keep on innovating. L is loyalty, loyalty to your institute, loyalty towards your country, and another love. L is very important. Love yourself. Never ever compare yourself with the others. T, trust and time. Most important resource and most costly resource is time. E, हमेशा enthusiastic, जोश में रहो. and another E I would say environment, protect your environment. And last and is Vishwashkar, and now is this is the moment which you should be aware of this moment. Live in this moment, not in past, which is a history, not in the future, which is mystery. So may God bless you all with blissful existence. Thank you. Jai Hind. Om Tat Sat.